the Hill Dickinson Stadium for Everton versus Chelsea. Yes, sir. Hopeful for a win today. Our lineup for today, David Moyes' selection for this match. Here we have Jordan Pickford in goal, England's #1. At goal, we have Jake O'Brien, James Tarkowski returns, Michael Keane and Vitaly Mykolenko in the defence, Garner and Gay in the midfield. And then Dwight McNeil, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall and Iliman Ndiaye in the attacking midfield. And finally, Beto up at striker. Yes. And here's Chelsea's lineup for today. Robert Sanchez in goal. Malo Gusto, Wesley Fofana, Jorel Hato and Marc Cucurella in the defence. Romeo Lavia and Moises Caicedo in midfield. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Neto in midfield with João Pedro at striker. It's now Romeo Lavia's second ever Premier League start. Iliman Ndiaye. Chelsea huddle, of course. Fucking Chelsea huddle, you know. Game's gone in it. Game's proper gone. Game's proper gone there, you know. All for one. One for all. Everton's the team that plays beautiful football. We've got the best supporters of any football ground. As long as they're behind us, we'll never let them down. The men who come from Merseyside to sail the seven seas will hear the call of Everton when riding on the green. Everton, Everton, we're forever Everton. All for one. One for all. Everton's the team that plays beautiful football. And here we have it. Chelsea kicks us off at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Something we need to hear out for is if those Chelsea rent boys are fucking chanting, feed the Scousers, because them Chelsea rent boys, they is known for doing that. I mean, this is kind of a promising first half, but nothing really of note, appearing. Look at that. Ghana still there. Ghana trying to find a way. He's gone on to Njai. Njai back to Ghana. To Ghana again. Very strong indeed. As Mikolenko has gone over to Njai. Back to Mikolenko. Mikolenko tosses it up to Njai. But on to Chelsea. Way. Yeah, Barrett ref. Early one, gobshite. Yeah, the Copites lost in Brighton. Yeah. So I was so excited about that. I even posted it as a note on my Insta. I don't know why, but it always kind of it ekes me out that when they say Mikolenko instead of Mikolenko. because every single time I've heard him say his name, it's always been Vitaly Mykolenko. It's never been Mikolenko, it's been Mykolenko. You know, it seems like we're keeping grape with them, but you know, you have to understand, we're only 8 minutes in. Like, we should be 0-0 8 minutes in. No, we are only 8 minutes into the game, lads. You know, let's not get too excited here. Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar dollar bill, yo. I don't know if that will get me copyrighted or not, but every time I hear Cream, I just get reminded of that Wu-Tang classic. Everybody seeing this right now, listen to Cream by Wu-Tang Clan right now. Usually on the first syllable. Yeah, so usually on the first syllable is pronounced like but then, you know, all the others is pronounced e. Ukrainian confirmed, by the way. You know, and real, you know, approved by a real Ukrainian. It is only in the first syllable. All the others is like e. There's a corner there. It's gone far down. Gotta move, gotta move it real quick. You know this. It's already off. Bloody hell. I don't know why, but I'm just feeling so hot right now. You know, like like as in temperature. Even though it's literally like 1 degree out. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh! That was something. That was something. Look at that. Look at that. Sanchez there. Beto. Oh, Beto. Oh, Beto. Oh man. That was such an easy opportunity. Open net, but you know, win percentage for Chelsea 37, for us 36. It's a toss up here, and Dewsbury Hall showing that, but it's a save from Sanchez. Mass booing around there. Mass booing. Just complete utter booing. Mykolenko. Ndiaye. Ndiaye to Ghana. To Mykolenko. Mykolenko. Headed down. O'Brien, can he get to it? And it's gone out for an O'Brien throw. Cucurella desperately tries to chase past. It is a Chelsea throw-in. Chelsea. With a quick one. Towards Sanchez. Sanchez lobs it long. But only towards Keane. But it's McNeil. Beto. Ghana. Oh. But it's also Dewsbury Hall now. Dewsbury Hall. Mykolenko. Ghana. Dewsbury Hall. Back to Ghana. Decides to pass it back towards Michael Keane. Tarkowski. Back to Tarkowski. Mykolenko. A lot of action from Mykolenko today. Nice to see that. Beto, surrounded by two man. Never getting past that. Come on, man. It's only 15 minutes in. We can't be singing Spirit of the Blues, can we? Palmer running down there. It's an opportunity for Chelsea. That has been blocked by O'Brien. Okay. Still on the other side of the pitch. Not really a lot of attacking after that opportunity there. But it's on to the defense now. It's Tarkowski. Lobs it long. In Dewsbury Hall, we have Idrissa Gueye over to Iliman Ndiaye. You know, Mykolenko, Iliman Ndiaye and Idrissa Gueye, former AFCON champions Ndiaye, but, you know, quote-unquote former AFCON champions, you know. It's okay because people not much long ago found out about our language. Did people not know about Ukrainian back? Like, I don't know why, but it feels like kind of weird when people don't know the languages exist. Like Ukrainian, for example, it's like very common. Like 40 million people speak it in it. Speaking of, Mykolenko with the throw-in. Mykolenko. What's your opinion about the situation in CAF? Mykolenko throw. What's my opinion about the situation with the AFCON thing? Senegal are the champions, full stop. I will not take any other opinion. Nice opportunities there. You know, Senegal are the rightful champions of AFCON. And there it is. Slight run up, slight chance for Njai, but it's been punted down. Extraordinary in the fact that they're extraordinarily shit. Already. Absolute shite decision from CAF. Absolutely agree. There has not been a single scenario where the champions of a competition have been overruled 2 months after the competition has ended. Never in history has that happened. Never in history has the champions of a football competition been changed 2 months after the competition ended. And also, Morocco, 1976, when they won AFCON, they were in the final against Guinea. And then when they faced off against Guinea in the 1976 final, they walked off the pitch just like Senegal did. And then once they came back onto the pitch, the referee decided to continue the match. Morocco eventually won on penalties. So if you're going to take away the title from Senegal because of that, you should be given the title to Guinea because Morocco did the exact same thing. It's just CAF sucking Morocco's dick because of the 2030 World Cup. Nothing else. It is nothing but a PR stunt to make Moroccan football look good for the 2030 World Cup. Nothing else to it. It's one of the worst things I've seen in football. Like it is. This is one of the reasons why football it's not going great in it. That's one of the reasons why. And all the world saw who was the winner and will not change for everyone about the winner. Absolutely. Like, unless, they're from Morocco, like, unless, like, someone is from Morocco, they will never say Morocco are the rightful winners of of AFCON. Morocco. Enzo Fernandez trying to get into goal, but O'Brien manages to get it away from Enzo Fernandez there for an easy Jordan Pickford save, avoiding a very, very potentially easy goal from Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, unless you're from Morocco or a Morocco fan, then you are not saying that Morocco are the rightful champions of AFCON. Because they just aren't. Okay, that's been cleared. Like, everyone will say that Senegal are the rightful champions of AFCON because they just are. It is a universal fact. No one, unless they are like a Morocco shill, will say that, you know, like, no one will say that, oh, Senegal deserved, like, Morocco deserved it. Everyone will say Senegal deserved it. Catching up. Let's see if we can, not gonna lie. Like, not gonna lie, let's see if we can. You know? Oh ho! If we win, that is 46 points. We can catch up. We can catch up. We can catch up with the red shites. And that is absolutely beautiful. Like, if we win, that is. Rossigne est chez Paris. Rossigne est chez... Oh. I was like, oh, hell nah. It wasn't that kind of moment, thankfully. We don't want that. We can catch up with the red shites. That's all that we need. As we're so tired of those fucking red shites taunting us. We catch up to the red shites. And here's a Chelsea corner. And we have successfully defended that corner. On the corner. All of our people there. On the corner. And sometimes that is the best option. And here's another corner from Chelsea. Oh, Beto, that was a mistake. Costly mistake. That was almost a costly mistake there. Nice save from Pickford with a knee slide as well. That is squeaky. Squeaky bum time. Very much needed there. Desperate for it. We would have absolutely conceded if it wasn't for it. Like, wasn't that around the Marisha crash out time? Or was that long before the Marisha crash out? He mentions Barry, so we ask this question now to everyone. Should Barry leave or kick out? Should Barry leave or be kicked out from Everton because, because of the thing he did during the Arsenal game? We all probably know what he did during the Arsenal game. Like, we all know what he did during the Arsenal game. Should we take action for it? Is the question I'm trying to ask. Beto! Oh! Own goal! Possibly, but Beto! You amazing man! You've done it! You've done it! That might be an own goal. That might be an own goal, but we don't care. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Let's look at that replay there. Beto with a nice lob. It's not an own goal. It is not an own goal. Clear as day. Beto scores. Too late to save it. Amazing performance. Redeems himself for that open net miss by scoring in another open net. Max Stauman special. There it is, the Max Stauman special. Garner with the assist. And Norberto Betunçal once again is the man in charge. And now Beto becomes the joint top scorer. And here it is. Beto now becomes the joint top scorer behind, tied with Tieno Barry. And Palmer. Ahoy! Oi, that was a close one. That was a close one there. But it is a corner. And it's a corner. Oh, what a save! What a save! Jordan Pickford. What a save! Jordan Pickford. $10 and we scored. Yes, sir. Taken quickly, but can we recover from the second ball here? Everybody online for the defense. Tightly knit. Trying to find an opening for us to attack there. Chelsea also trying to find an opening to score 1-0. 36.5 minutes. And it is once again out. England's number one for a reason. I do say so, that. No. Why would he be England's number one if he didn't do that? Jordan Pickford. Brick wall. Trump should have set him up as the border wall instead of, that. Number one, and again showed why he deserves his own place. Yes! Preach! Preach! That is the reason. He is actively proving why he is number one. Number one for a reason. Oh, Beto is down. Beto is down. And here we have the replay of what happened. It seems to be an awkward fall. That or a collision. The medical staff on the field. Concerning. Very concerning. Beto is down. Nicely done there. Everton, Chelsea, 6 and 7. I had to do it for him. Had to do it for him. 6 and 7. If we win, that is there. Never understood all this discussion about his place from his own media all the years when I started supporting. I also started supporting around that time, you know. I never understood all of this discussion about his place from English media all the years when I started supporting in 22-23. And here's a throw from Mykolenko. Gone out again. And it's Garner with a short corner over to Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, we could have done better, you know. We could have done better, but also, you know, if me aunt had balls, she'd be me uncle, so. Did you say Tchaikovsky? Njai! Can he do it? He cannot. Tarkovsky. Can he defend it? And it's over to Pickford. Look at that. And it's Garner. And we are approaching the end of the first half. We are now basically 80 seconds away from the end of regular half time. We will have to see how much added time is there. 30 seconds remaining of regular time for the first half. 1-0 up. We cannot concede now. We just cannot. We will now see how much time is added in to this first half. 2 minutes. 2 minutes of out of time. Hold on, lads. 2 minutes of out of time. Let's hold on, lads. We've got not much left. We don't want to concede now. We don't want to concede now. Especially when we are at an advantage. Park the bus now. And thank the heavens later. And also, why they do be saying Cucurella when it's clearly Cucurea? Even Wesley Fofana's getting involved. Chelsea desperately need this goal. And it's 1 minute left of this half. 1 minute. And it's all the way over to Robert Sanchez. 30 seconds remaining of this half. And we need to be tight-knit now. And there it is. Njai desperately trying to get that ball. And there is a foul given. Moyes writing notes. Rafinha with the clear shouting method. And here we have it. We have half time at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton 1, Chelsea 0. Amazing, 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 amazing. Yes, sir. Amazing performance in the first half. You know, Beto almost making it 1-0 at like the 10th minute, thanks to a disastrous Robert Sanchez error. And then Robert Sanchez making another error, which actually leads to a goal from Beto this time. You know, our goal was scored with deja vu, you know. Yeah, nothing else really to talk about here. Yeah, he's human. He will inevitably make mistakes from time to time. But when he proves his worth in the national team, but there are still doubts and doubts around him, this looks like devaluation. Like, Robert Sanchez, this man has not been the same since that, like, light-skinned save he did against Fulham. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, this brother has not been the same since the, you know, since that light-skinned save against Fulham. Like, the man's even been dropped from the Spanish national team, for God's sake. Like, that's the kind of level thing that it's gone into. You know, two costly mistakes from Robert Sanchez, one leading to a goal. And, they wonder why Chelsea doesn't start him often. It's because of that. It's absolutely because of that. There's a reason why we didn't see Robert Sanchez in the lineup for a very long time. George Petrovic, often started before him. Anyways, that is the end of my short talk, and I will see you back in the second half. Welcome back. Ready for the second half? We are. Yes. Alejandro Garnacho coming on. Funny. Your history, it's enough to make your heart go. Ooh, we don't care what the red shite say. What the fuck do we care? Well, we always know that there's gonna be a show, and the Everton boys are there. It's a grand old team to play for. It's a grand old team to support. And if you know your history, it's enough to make your heart go. Ooh, we don't care what the red shite say. What the fuck do we care? 'Cause we always know that there's gonna be a show when the Everton boys are there. And there it is. The second half has kicked off. If anything, I have nothing against other English goalkeepers, but Pickford is just much better than his colleagues. Yes! Absolutely. Yeah, we're really blessed to have Pickford in, you know. We are absolutely blessed to have Pickford every single match, saving us from potential losses and all that, you know. Like, we are blessed to have that. McNeil over to Beto to O'Brien. Back to McNeil. McNeil. But it is headed out. And here we have a corner in Cornerland. Cornerland. Famala. There it is, McNeil. McNeil. Oh, that is a save and a half. Save and a half. Nah, man, them people are even admitting VAR shit. Through Dewsbury Hall and Jai towards McNeil. But a header. Nicely done. Not the best is a choice. Not the best is a choice. Ooh. Yammed into the crossbar. Yams himself into the crossbar, Sanchez. Look at that free kick or throw. Yams himself into the crossbar while trying to keep the ball out of the net. Yeah, I think he does manage to keep it out of the net. Even goal line technology would acknowledge that that is not a goal. Happy with Ghana for the first call to the senior national team. We all are. That's just egregious. Garner. Saved by Sanchez. Beto. To Ghana. O'Brien. Sends it over. Dewsbury Hall. Beto. Unfortunate. Nice. Brilliant. Idrissa Gana Gueye. Idrissa Gana Gueye over to Beto. Oh! That is amazing! Two 0 from another bumbling mistake by Robert Sanchez. It is 2-0. He is now our top scorer of the season. Norberto Betunsal Masterclass. Let's look at that again. Idrissa Gana Gueye running up the side of the pitch. Passes towards Beto. Beto, I thought he saved it, but it's past the line. It's a goal. I even thought that was a Sanchez save, not gonna lie, but let's look at that again. Well past the line. Sanchez desperately tries to punch it out, but that will not work. That is one of the worst goalkeeping errors I've ever seen. What has happened here? What actually has happened here? Beto now looking for his second ever hat-trick. Oh, Sharpie. Sharpie, absolutely. Essay. And it's all forever. Everton say. And it's no, they never. No, they never, no more. Long way back indeed. We need to hold on. We just need to hold on. Could suspect a dive. Chelsea has a long way to go. Let's hope they don't go there. So get your coat on and get moving, 'cause we don't know the meaning of losing. So come on, get down to Goodison Park. Woo! Everton! We're never shone so brightly. Everton! Spirit of the Blues. Da 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 da. Tarkovsky's down, but hopefully not for long. And it's no, they never. No, they never, no more. And it's no, they never. No, they never, no more. And here we have it. A free kick. As Dewsbury Hall. Beto desperately trying for that hat-trick. His second ever career hat-trick, if he does manage. Love that. Love that. We need a hat trick. We do need a hat trick. Oh, that is a nice save from Pickford. McNeil jogging, and it's towards Njai. Beto already up looking for the hat trick. Njai, nice save from Sanchez. It's nicely done there, save after save after save after save. Ladina, Slabamina. Ahey! Iliman and Jai! Iliman and Joy! Iliman and Joy! And you know what? Beto was ready. If that thing deflected, Beto was ready to finish the job. Iliman and Joy. Oh, yeah. And we've had the substitutions. Yeah, we have to see this out. The remontada should not begin now. Branthwaite has now been subbed on because we need that clean sheet, you know? Three 0 lads. Everton. So far slightly. Everton. Spirit of the Blues. Da 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 da. And there it is, the Beto Barry sub. The Beto Barry sub comes the Honourable Norberto Betunsal. It has been subbed off. Tieno Barry subbed in. Beto Barry sub. He did not get his hat-trick, but at least he did get a brace. And that is all that is important. I hope not. Barry's back. Because Barry's back. Oh, Merseyside derby, let's go. And there's a free kick. Pickford with the nice save. Dewsbury Hall running in. Could be 4-0. Is it 4-0 Dewsbury Hall? Saved by Sanchez. Yeah, we're not really going for a fourth goal now because we need to park the bus. Parking the bus is the most important part in it. With current from form, we can take points from the gobshites. Yes, we can! Yes. Parking the bus, both sides. The remontada is not on. Yes, sir. That is a foul. Huh. No, I believe we're doing that. We are absolutely taking points from the gobshites. And there it is. Ndiaye and Kin in Dewsbury Hall substituted for Merlin Roule and Tim Irabunum. And it doesn't smell remontada. Of course it doesn't, because we're not letting them do the remontada. Five minutes of at a time. We can hold on. We can hold on. We can hold on. We can hold on. I have faith. We can hold on. Can we make it 4? Oh! Barry tries to do it. Barry tries it, but clearly can't get anything out of it. Play on, says the referee. Top 10 respect moments in football. Watch Mojo in it. Although I don't know if tending to a racist is considered a top 10 respect moments. David Moyes. And we are nearing the end of the match. 95 minutes. All the minutes have passed. And there it is. There it is. The final score. Full time has been achieved. It is Everton 3, Chelsea 0. What a game. Like, if I do say so myself, what a game this was. Our biggest win against Chelsea since October 1985, when we also beat them by 3 goals, 4-1 the final score back then. "4-1 was the score back then, but now it is 3-0. We kept a clean sheet against Chelsea, of all teams. You know, the so-called world champions. You know? If Everton could genuinely beat the world champions, then we should be world champions, you know? WWE style, innit? You know? PSG and us have something in common in the fact that A, Idrissa Gana Gueye, and B, we beat Chelsea 3-0. What like, the duality of Everton is that, like, we win 3-0 against Chelsea, lose 2-0 to Arsenal. Like, how is that? Like, that's the duality of Everton, you know? That is the absolute duality of Everton. You know, lose 2-0 to Arsenal, win 3-0 against Chelsea. Now 7th, yes, 7th, Leeds, please beat Brentford. Oh yeah, Leeds does need to beat Brentford in order for us to keep our spot, because even a draw will mean that, you know, we drop down. We are in confirmed European spots in it. We are in confirmed European spots. We are currently 7th in the league. Thank you, Danny Welbeck, for slapping up the pool. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, remember who you are. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, remember who you are. Help your former side, the side that you play for 10 years. Help us out. Score a hat-trick against Brentford. Do whatever you like. Score 1, score 2, maybe even score a hat-trick against Brentford. Do whatever you like. If you just beat Brentford, I will be eternally grateful. Agent Dominic Calvert-Lewin, yes, give Ndiaye the AFCON again. Give Ndiaye and Gana Gueye the AFCON again. In fact, even give Sadio Mane the AFCON back. That's how far I'm taking it right now. You know, even give Sadio Mane the AFCON back, because Senegal deserved that trophy. Senegal were the ones who rightfully owned the trophy. Morocco will only be champions on paper. The real people, the RNs of the world will recognize that Senegal are champions of AFCON. My Everton is kind of Europeless. I mean, I wasn't even even, conscious enough to know what football was when Everton last played European football. Subject 49 looked even worse today. The big Lenko pocket him. The big Lenko. You know, yeah, he's not Vitaly Mikolenko no more. He's Veliki. He's now Veliki Mikolenko. Big Meeks. The real Big Meeks. If he was called Victor Martins, he'd be loved much more. Not gonna lie, true. Not gonna lie, absolutely true. If he was called Victor Martins, he would actually get more love. It's that English tax, Julius Augustus Caesarenko is crazy, brev. Veliki Mikol. That's what I'm saying. Veliki Mikolenko. Big Meeks. That he's the real Big Meeks. Micah Richards is not Big Meeks. Mikolenko is Big Meeks. This is what it's at, and let's just see the FODMOB ratings. Let's just see while we're at it, let's just see the FODMOB ratings for today's players on hand here. Focus. This shit can't even focus, man. I'll just read it out for you. Jordan Pickford, 8.7. Jake O'Brien, 7.1. James Tarkowski, 7.2. Michael Keane, 7.5. Vitaly Mikolenko, 7.6. James Garner, 8. Idrissa Ganagay, 8.6. Dwight McNeil, 6.8. That is atrocious. He deserves so much better. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, 7.3. Iliman Ndiaye, 8.3. Norberto Beto Betunsal, 9.1. 9.1. Yes, let's go. By the way, Jared Branthwaite, 6.0. So much kind. You tried. Chelsea, like the FOTMOB ratings for Chelsea squad is entirely orange. There is not a single player in Chelsea squad, not even the bench, that has an above 7 rating. And we only have 2 players with a below 7 rating. This is where it's at. This is where it's at. Oh man, amazing, amazing performance from the lads. Napoleon Beto part. Yes. Nah, bro, this is egregious, man. The only picture they could find of Beto, man, like the only picture they could find of Beto is this grainy ass picture. Alexandjai the Great. In life, I'm shy too. You know, we all have our things. James Garnino. Yes, sir. Garnino, yes. Just seeing, Beto performance in it, you know. Yeah, Beto now has, like, Beto in it. Norberto Basique Gomez Betunsal in it. He is the man. The man. When, Beto wasn't performing, Jordan Pickford. Jordan Pickford. Yeah, what's the opposite of slander names, Like compliment names. These are compliment names, These are the opposite of slander names that we are making up here. Keep up the good work, lads. Like, I remember when we first bought Beto, like, those early days, when we was just trying to escape that era of darkness, when we first bought Beto, I remember being a Beto-ater. Chelsea let a guy called Norberto slap them. Nah, seriously though. Gracious names, yes. Let's make them gracious names. Let's call them gracious names from now on, innit? Chelsea let a guy named Norberto slap them. I mean, true, there's a reason why man there's a reason why man goes by Beto in it. There's a reason why man goes by Beto. You wouldn't want to go around being called Norberto and everyone mistaking you for a 4-year-old fat man, innit? Like, I remember when we first bought Beto, like, all the way back when, innit? Like, 2023. When we first bought Beto, and, and if, I don't know if you all remember this, but he was underperforming bad, you know? Like, he was underperforming to the point of no return, we all thought. When, like, he was doing all that, I was a Beto hater. Like, I'll just admit it right now. I was a Beto hater. I did not believe in Mr. Norberto Betunsal. Way back when, it's... I'm sorry to bring up any trauma, but remember when we were like 1-0 up and then conceded 3 in like the last 5 minutes of the game against West Ham? Yeah, it's been 3 years since we bought Beto. It's almost been 3 years since we bought Beto. He signed on the 29th of August, 2023. Beto walked so Barry could run. True. And the thing is, Beto's now running alongside him, Beto's now evolved from, merely walking to now Usain Bolt level running, Usain Bolt level sprint. Barry's just doing a casual jog while, Beto's over here pulling off Max Verstappen speeds on foot. Like, I remember, like, January 2024, something like that. January 2024. The game we lost 3-0, like, we lost 3-1 to West Ham. I don't know if you remember, we conceded 3 goals in like the last 5 minutes of the game. When we was doing that shit, I was a Beto hater. I did not trust in the man. And I am so happy that past me has been proven oh so very wrong. Beto is the man. He literally played a year in Benfica's youth academy. No, seriously, he actually played a year in Benfica's youth academy. Of course he's going to be good. If he scores 5 more goals from here, Beto will now have scored the most amount of goals he's scored in one single club. The most amount of goals he scored at one club was 2018 to 2019 when he played for Olímpico Montijo. Montijo? Oh, Montijo. Yeah, Olímpico Montijo. Where he scored 21 goals in 34 matches. Crazy numbers he was pulling back then, For reference, at Everton, right now, 91 games, 19 goals. 19 or 18 goals, innit? And already somebody's updated stats in it. So 91 in 17. There. I'm pretty sure both Beto and Barry have scored more than 120 million Isak. You know what? He might have. They might have genuinely done that. Tieno Barry and Beto, compare that to Isak, you know? Alexander Isak. Barry has scored 6 goals in his Everton career. Beto has scored 17, so that is 23 goals. Isak has scored 2. 2. Isak has scored 2. In fact, the both of them combined have now scored more goals than he did at Borussia Dortmund. Isak has scored 2 goals at the Shite. And you probably don't know this, but he actually did play at Borussia Dortmund. Big tuberculosis and Norberto Brev. Tuberculosis is crazy, innit? Tuberculosis. My brother. And you know the craziest part? Beto and Barry are both taller than Isak, innit? Isak is 6'4", Beto is 6'4", but he's 194 centimeters. Isak is 192. And Barry is 6'5". The man is big. The man is fucking massive. You know, we got dual Guinea on the striker lineup, innit? Like, we got dual Guinea. We got Guinea on one hand and Guinea-Bissau on the other. We got a all Guinea front line. If we could get a third striker from like Equatorial Guinea or something, that's the Guinea Trinity. That's a Guinea Trinity. Maybe get that Emilio Insue guy on. Maybe he'll do wonders. Like it's always fun when I go on like random yap sessions like this, like post match, because, you know, like it's always fun, you know, when I go on random yap sessions like this, because, you know, I like to yap. Liverpool spent the Roman Empire's budget worth of players and lost to Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck. They pulled players in like the Crusades. Yeah, they literally spent like 300 million. They broke the British record transfer fee twice. They broke the British record transfer fee twice, and they lost to a 38-year-old Danny Welbeck. Oh, he's only 35. 35-year-old Danny Welbeck they lost to, you know. And he didn't even get as good a rating as Beto. Danny Welbeck got an 8.9. Beto got a 9.1. Yap sessions in this channel peak. You know, Yap sessions are not only ways to, you know, just communicate, just get my thoughts out to the world, but also it's a way to feed my sleep deprivation, because it's literally almost 5 a.m. over here in South Korea, and I am still up. When did the Prem get an Australian referee? I swear down, like, when did the Prem get an Australian referee? He became the first. He became the first person born outside the British Isles and the second person born outside of the UK to referee a Prem game. In September 2021, he's been there for a long time, brev. Long time. Conference League calling, and I'll take it so highly. Yeah, we are approaching Conference League. We are going to play with Wi-Fi passwords on a Friday night. You know, like we are genuinely this close to playing against fucking Wi-Fi passwords in a Thursday night. We'll be playing against teams like Sigma Olomouc. That is a genuine team name. Sigma Olomouc. Apologies if I pronounce these teams very wrong. I am not a native speaker of these languages. Like, there's Sigma Olomouc, NK Celje, Raków Częstochowa, Raków Częstochowa, Lech Poznań, Rijeka. There's so many. We be playing with fucking Wi-Fi passwords on a Thursday night. How the hell did Dynamo Kyiv get knocked out of the Conference League? How? They're massive, innit? They're massive. How did they get knocked out in the league phase? We are playing with teams like Häcken, Breiðablik, Uniwersytetea Krajowa, Szkendia. We be playing with Noah in it. Noah. There's a team called Noah. Jagiellonia Białystok. Jagiellonia Białystok. These are not real teams, brother. These are not real teams. These are Wi-Fi passwords we'll be playing against. But any European football is good European football at this point for us. And it's also a tale of two Ukrainian teams. Shakhtar made it out of the league phase top 8. Dynamo Kyiv over here in the trenches. Literal trenches. Anyways, Yap session out of the way. It is literally 5 in the morning now. It is literally 5 in the morning, so I will have to go to sleep because I don't want to spend the whole day being sleep deprived, innit? So to everyone who has stayed here to the end, we said Kyiv, not Kiev. Yeah, that's the distinction now. Kiev is the Russian version and Kyiv is the real version. It's probably closer to Kyiv. Yeah, Kiev is the name that the Russians gave to the city, and Kyiv is the Ukrainian name, the local name. You can sleep now. Yes, I deserve sleep after this win. It is literally 5 a.m. and I don't wanna live sleep deprived, for the rest of the day. I got shit to do. On a Sunday. So, for everyone who has, stuck until the end, appreciate all of you, for sticking to the end. And my people, it is time for me to end the stream. You know, sound like a broken vinyl record, but time's getting late. Man's gotta sleep, and we got things to do. Positivity, get the positivity flowing, especially after that result. We need to get that positivity flowing because we don't want to live all negative and sad all day because every single one of you are important. Like every single one of you are important people. You're important beings. The world. The world could not run without you all. So we gotta live with positivity in our lives, and with this fuel of positivity, we will survive through this international break with positivity and tables in this in this in these trying times. So international breaks coming up, so there will be no football for a very long time. The 11th of April is when we face off against Brentford. That's when we face off against Brentford, so I will see you then, my people. Thank you all so much for watching, and it is goodbye from me.